Christina from Redefine Creative, and I am back today with my first layout using my October for the Love of Homemade Kits stash kit. And this is a series that I am working on with Felicia, Megan, Hannah, and Sara. And basically what we do is we use a common inspiration piece and a recipe to create a kit out of our stash, and then we create with it for the entire month. So if you want to see the contents of this kit, go ahead and click on the link below. But when I'm creating my very first layout, I tend to want to use everything. So usually what I do is I go ahead and pull out just a few things out of the kit that I'm really excited to use, because otherwise I sit here and stare at a blank page because there's too many choices and I want to use everything. So for this layout today, I'm working with a picture of my daughter, and this was her on picture day at school, and this is just a picture that I took. And she was really excited because she had her new glasses, and we had done her hair really fancy, and so she was very excited to get a picture taken. And so what you see me doing right now is I'm pulling out a bunch of papers from the 6x6 Maggie Holmes Bloom Collection paper pad, and I'm going to use those to map my photo. And the background paper that I'm using is this diagonal paper, and this is from the Maggie Felicity Jane kit. And I added some of that pink paisley papery garland along the line in the background. And you'll see that again in a second, so that the stitching actually matched up with the line between the two different patterns. And then I went ahead and took the branding strip off of the bottom of the paper and actually just moved it up to the top of the paper. So it brought in a little bit different design with that black and white dot that you also see me adding right there behind my photo. So that's going to tie those two elements together. And it also created a break in that wood grain paper, so it wasn't quite so much wood grain. But it also gave me a home to create an embellishment cluster on the top right-hand corner of this layout. So this layout is kind of going to be more center focused. So the photo and the biggest embellishment cluster are going to go underneath the photo towards the bottom of the page. So I needed to create something on the top of the page that would kind of balance that out and give the top some weight so that everything wasn't falling off the bottom of the page. And so right now I'm pulling just a bunch of strips and different patterns of those papers, kind of layering them up behind my photo. I went with like a light paper, a dark paper, a light paper, and then a darker paper. And I also tried to keep in mind that fringe heart that I plan on using. I didn't want the two dot papers to be, the dot paper and the dots in the fringe heart to be right next to each other. So I put the dot paper up towards the top. So I really pay attention to those types of details as I'm coming up with these layers. And that heart is going to go down on that intersection of all of these different patterns. And that's kind of what I had anticipated doing when I was working on putting this kit together. And I actually mentioned it in the kit video share too. So now what I'm doing is I pulled out this beautiful gold foil vellum piece. And this is from Maggie Holmes Bloom. And I am fussy cutting around a couple of the different flower elements. And I'm going to layer one of them over the top of this fringe heart. And just to create some more dimension and add a little bit of detail and a little bit of that gold detail, because I did pull out one of the fringe hearts that didn't have any gold. And then the second gold element you'll see I added up in that top right hand corner, which is also one of those fussy cut flowers. So I'm tying those two things together. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on my title. And my title is going to be Dreaming of Love and Happiness. And so I play around for a second getting all these little puffy sticker elements in the right order. And so I kind of move everything around, play with where it's placed, try and decide how I want it to go. I'm looking for some other little elements or a different ampersand because that one was so big. But then I decided to kind of tuck it underneath that flower and move my whole title kind of over a little bit. And you'll see I'm going to move that happiness over. And then I'm much more happy with how all those elements fit together. So I went ahead and stuck that down. And then I grabbed this Tim Holtz glitter paper and two different sizes of heart punches that I just keep on my desk because I use them so frequently. And I punched out 3 of the larger hearts and 3 of the smaller hearts. And I'm going to cluster those around in different parts of my layout. So one of the big hearts is going to go under that puffy sticker word Dreaming Of. And then one is going to go in the top right-hand corner. And the reason that I'm putting them there is because I'm trying to cover up those edges where I have a bunch of square pattern papers that aren't quite meeting up. So I don't like that look of having all my square corners kind of in that diagonal picture frame look. So I'm trying to cover up some of those natural breaks to give it a little more cohesive look. And that third set of hearts is going to go up in that top cluster, but I'm not quite sure yet where they're going to go. But I am happy with the ones that I have laid around my title. And then I go ahead and go back and add some little black puffy sticker words. So I add shine to the heart, and then in the top corner I add cute girl, sweet smile, and loved. And then I go back and finish this layout off with some black and gold Heidi Shine color shine, and just some mist splatters, and that's going to do it for this layout. I really hope you enjoyed this first layout with my October kit. Do make sure that you check out Hannah, Sara, Megan, and Felicia's first layouts with their kits. And we'll be back next week with the second layout using the same kit. Have a great week. Bye.